CopperCab. Hi CopperCab, my name's Kim. I first saw you on YouTube and I thought that you were an honest, upfront guy who was just wanting to stop the hate, which I totally understand. I've faced hate my entire life, you know, being overweight and being different. However, your video made 3 weeks ago, entitled Potheads Suck or something along the lines, really upset me, and please don't mistake this as a troll attempt, because I'm willing to have a reasonable conversation with you about this subject. I understand your vehemence and your anger, I really do. It's not, I can understand that you as a non-drug taker would have that stance. It's not unreasonable. However, you severely misquoted, you know, people who smoke cannabis. Myself, I smoke cannabis. I don't care if people know it. I suffer with arthritis in both knees. Now you may all think that's reduced my weight, but there's other issues behind that before I get trolled. And basically, I've looked, because I was going to do British figures, but seeing as you're American and, you know, you have no, you know, you don't care what happens over here, and I can understand that. I did American figures. Thank you to drugwarfacts.org for all my figures. I first looked at cannabis deaths. I could only get figures for the year 2009, however, it was 0. No deaths at all. However, I couldn't get specific facts for methamphetamines, which I tried because you mentioned meth in your video. However, just on drug-induced deaths alone, and this includes prescription medications which are approved by your FCC, there was 37,485 drug-induced deaths. Now, on another more, you know, on another note, there is also, you know, alcohol, which while it's legal, it's also a killer, and the deaths from that, just to put this into perspective, things that are legal cannot, you know, not always as bad, not always as good as they're made to be. Alcohol-induced deaths was 23,199, and this is in 2009 because I couldn't get any details closer to this date. And I feel that this is a big point in our society as a whole, where we ignore the deaths that happen because of legal drugs. Like I've never heard legal drugs in the news because someone died through overdosing from them or something. You know, say morphine, which millions of people need to be able to live their lives normally, you know, but it's so easy to overdose on something like morphine. Even though it's controlled and regulated by governments and companies, it is still down to the individual. Now, this comes to my second disagreement with your video, in which I don't believe that anyone can, I don't agree with the people who told you to smoke marijuana, because I don't believe in peer pressure. I don't believe anyone should be forced to do anything they don't want to do. I also disagree with your vehemence at making your friend go to rehab, and I find that your methods in calling on your viewers to immediately put someone into rehab just because they smoke marijuana is mind-boggling to me. It makes no sense, no reason. You know, when you look at methamphetamine and any amphetamine at all, it's the same family, and it turns people into toxic individuals. It turns people into thieves. It turns people into liars, purely for the next fix. Now, I understand that, you know, we've got drug-related crime and stuff like that. However, me as an individual, I do not steal. I do not commit crime for my habit. And, you know, you can ask my family. You know, I was a runaway. I was a tearaway child when I was little. I wasn't the greatest child in the world, but I've grown up, and it is about learning about yourself and what you need in your life. And I totally understand that you don't want to take drugs and that you don't like them. That's absolutely fine. Please don't think this video is about telling you what you can and can't do, because it's not. My point is that I want you to realise that your wording was wrong. Cannabis is no more dangerous than smoking a cigarette or having a drink. Well, having a drink's more dangerous. But this conception that potheads are useless, they're lackadaisical, and they're feckless to the point of uselessness, I don't agree. I may be disabled, but I'm disabled because of my knees, not because of my cannabis use. And this is the crux of the argument. CopperCab, it's okay to not like stuff. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. It's your opinion and you're entitled to that. But I just implore that if you're going to say things in the future, can you please search your facts? Because it's so detrimental. Okay, I'm not pushing for legalising anything. I'm not at all. I just want peaceful coexistence, because we all have our differences. We all have our quirks. You like to shout at a camera and make sure people don't bully. I respect that a lot. However, I don't respect misinformation and hate. You hate drugs, and I understand that, but there's no need to hate the people don't have to, but who choose to take the drugs. Thank you for listening. I'm really open to any of your comments, and I do not wish this to become a fight. I've got a lot of respect for you, CopperCab, and oh, my name's Kim, by the way, if you ever want to talk to me. And yeah, thanks for listening.